So I've come across this really thick black sand area at a beach that's not really well known for gold, but this black sand is a nice thick layer. It's heavy. There's some blue to it, kind of that blue look, which means of denser style. It's funny because people have recreated here, and it's high up on the thing, so that means a big tide had to have worked it. I think we need to try this. The stuff is all rusty, like crumbly clay on the bank bluff. Well, we're not going to contribute to the erosion here and dig into that, but you can see the wave action has pushed even these black sands up here. I'm just curious. The only way to know is to try and figure it out. There could be something to this. And what a better day in scenery. Besides Gold Beach, Oregon is not known for having a lot of beach gold. To the north, you've got Cape Disappointment, which has been very popularized as the mouth of the Columbia River feeds into it. But if there's gonna be gold on a beach that's not in a well-known gold producing area, it's gonna be in something like this. Now I gotta trek back up the trail and get the tools, because I don't like carrying tools down unless something looks really good. And I'm a sucker for good black sand. Now we gotta start down the coastal trail. I've got a gold pan, bucket, my scooper, and the sluice I used at the other beach. Sorry for the wind, that's the ocean. We're gonna scoop just the really dark patches, like this one, into there. I don't want to overload this bucket because black sand is iron and iron is heavy, so I need to carry it down that way to the stream, the flowing water, where I can, look at that, where I can actually process a majority of it in the sluice. So looking right here, you can see dark sand, blonde sand. We're down to the lower layer. The top one is a fresh one from the king tides, I believe. Now that I've got this bucket, this is a 3-gallon bucket, but it's easily about 40-50 pounds already, and it's not even, it's about 2/3 of the way full. So we're gonna call that good and see what we can get out of this concentrated black sand. Hopefully we get something decent. This spot looks perfect to set up a sluice. There's even some black sand concentrates this way, but they're not as concentrated as that other one. I'm gonna set the sluice up here and get it working. Look at some of these in-stream black sand streaks. There's gotta be something in here. Look at that black sand. There is hardly any blonde sand. There's even a little bit of garnet sand present. I'm gonna have to speed this up.
Out in there, what is taking so long?
Tone. I did one test pan and I didn't get a single piece, but check out this line right here. A nice beautiful streak of garnet sand right here, evident. That pink sand is fun to find. Hopefully we get some color. I'm not expecting any today though. This is when I wish I could run my gold cube on this. It would do a lot better with a gold cube than this drop riffle sluice. But I don't have my but I don't have my gold cube with me. It's at home in Alaska. So unless I wanted to bring a lot of heavy sand, that's not gonna happen. We gotta process it slowly and hope to get what we can. I just did a pan of the material while I was letting the sluice clear out, and I see diddly squat. So this could be a bust, but you don't know unless you try. I had to put, the wind is picking up so much, I had to put rock in my pan and a rock in my bucket because it was wanting to take them away, and I don't feel like wading across in my cozy shoes. I'm trying to stay at least dry for this, but we're letting the sluice run its course, reduce the material. We'll do a cleanup here soon. I think that's pretty good. We're gonna do the cleanup. Solid black sands. At the other beach I worked, I could see color in these, but here I don't see anything. But that still doesn't mean it's not here. There might be something, it's just not as obvious. So about 30 pounds of black sand and garnet sand, and it comes down to this. Will we win today? Will we get any color? This is a sample, so if I lose some, I lose some. But if I lose some, that means there was more in there than I expected. So in this case, it's about working and seeing it. One of the sayings I've always grown up knowing is, gold rides an iron horse, but not all horses have riders. And that's common with the black sand. Where there's gold, there's typically black sand. But where there's black sand, there may not always be gold. And is that going to be the case today? Let me get this down here. I see like 2 or 3. For 3 gallons, it's pretty lousy. But it doesn't mean we were skunked. It doesn't mean we were skunked. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 colors. 6 itty bitty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's more. But it's tiny, and it's not near as good as the Southern Oregon beaches or it's not as good as the Southern Oregon beaches or Cape Disappointment. But it's pretty much, you can get gold. Alright, there we go. I've got it panned down. It's all staying with that leading edge of the sand there, so we got about 10 colors total. I'm not going to complain. At a beach I was not expecting to get any at. So on the Central Oregon coast, there is gold, but it has to be an ideal winning spot in order for you to get it. Who knows? There may be more in this little runoff stream right to the ocean that I am totally missing. But that is part of sampling. You got to test, and see where that gold's going to be. And I tried over there in a great clue of black sand, and I got a little bit. But for about 3 gallons of material in the small bucket, we got 10 colors. Worth it or not? Depends on how much you love gold. So until next time, may your pans be golden, and you have a good morning, day, or night, whatever it is, wherever you are.